Hey guys, recently I completed all of the trophies in the PlayStation 3 version of Metal Gear Solid the HD Collection. So I just want to celebrate for a minute and be like, Foxhound! What now? Alright. But today I want to talk about the military-industrial complex. And I'll actually be relating it to the game so you can understand it. Now it's important to understand that the US government spends more money on militarism, I don't like to call it defense, militarism than any other country in the world. In fact, the largest air force in the world is the U.S. Air Force, and the second largest air force in the world is the U.S. Navy. So we spend a lot of money, and some people who have grave deficiencies of the mind think it's all worthwhile. Even when the Marines say that there's this vehicle that they're building, and the Marines say they don't need it, but we keep building it, or the planes that we have like stacks of planes that never get used, and we don't use half the crap that we're building. Now, to understand how this stuff works, you have to understand that it's done by politicians. Now, politicians want to get reelected. They also like money, and money helps them get reelected because they want power. So, what I would do if I was a defense contractor, and this is how stuff works, right? This is like, I'm telling you how it works, is I would go to a congressman or a bunch of congressmen and say, look, I want to build this thing. It's going to give you the greatest advantage in nuclear defense ever. It's a bipedal tank that can launch a nuclear weapon from its railgun. I think it's called Metal Gear. And basically, the congressman would be like, oh shit, it looks really awesome. How much is it going to cost? Now, as the contractor, the first thing I'm going to do is lowball them. I'm going to be like, oh, it's nothing. It'll cost, like a couple $1 billion, which is a lot to you and me, but not to the government. I'm like, it'll cost a couple $1 billion. But it's going to be so awesome. You're going to get the lead, and, I have the patent. It's a great idea. Just need a little help with research and development. Now, the people in the Congress, because they're bought by defense contractors, or because even if they really believe that this thing is awesome and it will give us an advantage, they'll approve it, right? And then they'll give me the $1 to $2 billion that I said that I needed. Now, the first thing I do with that $1 to $2 billion is I don't build the thing. I don't build the tank. I don't build the Metal Gear. I don't build anything like that. The first thing I do is spread it out in a whole bunch of congressional districts. Now, the reason I do this is because the second step is I'm going to ask for more money. Now, I'm going to start the factories, I'm going to have everything ready, and it's going to look like, it's coming along as it should. But, I just underestimated how much it would cost. So I'm going to go back to the congressman and say, look, I created all these jobs in all these districts, but I need more money. It costs a little bit more than I thought. And then all of a sudden I'm going to ask for like $10 billion and some more money for research and development. Because, I'm building a walking tank that could fire a nuke. It's epic. Right? So the congressmen, even if they are suspect about this, they don't want to lose those jobs because it makes them harder to get elected, and they do love money. Like, they love those campaign contributions, the legalized bribery, they love all that. So they're gonna approve it. Now, what you gotta understand is that the defense budget is about $700 billion. So this happens over and over and over again. These contractors keep doing this. All these jobs are spread out through all these districts. This is how our government gets bought. They get basically, you cast a line. The Metal Gear will be my bait. They'll be like, oh shit, I want that. Then you reel them in, and then you'll be like, oh, you need more money, you need more money. And then what are they going to do? They're trapped on your boat. They can't breathe. Money's water. So throw a little water on them. Throw a little water on them. So look, that's one example how the military-industrial complex works. And the saddest part about all this is when I build the Metal Gear, and it costs me, I said it was going to cost $1 billion. It's going to cost me $200 billion. When I build the damn thing, there's no law that says I can't sell it to any other country that I want. And B, the thing's not going to work. Solid Snake is going to be able to destroy the Metal Gear in like a minute. Even on extreme mode, he's going to be able to destroy it. the thing doesn't work. And this is like one of the major problems is that, people say, oh, it's going to be so stealth, nobody's going to detect it. Then the thing is the size of Wyoming and everybody can see it. Like, it doesn't work right. Basically, the military-industrial complex is a corporate welfare program. And if you think it's all defense, you're just mistaken. I mean, this is a brief example of how it works. I hope relating it to a game made it simpler for you. Like, subscribe, do whatever. Peace.